Hi, Gaming here. Just a quick video really about Nerd Parade. Um, Really, it's a bit of a rant video if you want to say it that way. And I know that I'm going to get hated for maybe some of the stuff I say and bad comments as well about certain things I say right now. But there's a lot of stuff that's gone on, like season 3, season 4 of basically Nick's Arc PvP servers. For example, really in season 3, you had the tribe Aussie crew raid Nick on the center. As everyone knows, he was in that bear cave. They were banned afterwards, after they raided. There's been a few times on season 4 on the island, tribes have been banned. Giga stole my tribe, which were in season 3, who I became kind of friends with to a certain degree. And a tribe called No No No, which was like the off tribe on the island. Giga were on Scorched. They were removed within, I think it was like the first week, first couple of days, for apparently griefing, things like that. I can assure people now, No 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 weren't griefing on the island. They were a tribe, as any other tribe is. If you attack them or try and do anything to them, they would attack you back. They were a very strong tribe. They built up really quick, and to be honest, it didn't seem, to be honest, like admin tribes, Nick's tribe and tribes Nick's friendly with didn't like it, because as soon as they were removed from the server, a tribe called Raccoon Squad, which became a Mithra, with players called Manny, etc., moved into the exact location where No 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 were originally built. Giga was kicked off Scorched Earth, apparently for tribe swapping, the both tribes. But tribe swapping, fair enough, is in the rules. But for example, how can Nerd Parade be excluded from Nick's tribe? Really, because if you go on the server right now, there's a Mithra, Upendi, and Nerd Parade. They're basically the same tribe. They're not separate tribes. They're not allies like they make out they are. Everyone on the server will, even if you join the server yourself, which I do recommend, you join the server. I'm not saying don't join the server, just be aware before you join on certain things. Is if you're not in the clique, if you want to look at it that way, you're basically looking at either mostly getting kicked at some point on the server, wiped. The rules are gonna not apply to you, the rules will apply to you, but not to the tribes that come at you. Like, for example, you only allow 2 tribes to raid you. So, say a Mithra and Upendi, that's fair enough, they can raid you. But if Nick's tribe comes along and raids you at the same time, that's against the rules. But on the rules side of that is the defending tribe can have whatever amount of tribes they want. They come along and help defend them. It happened to my tribe during the season. We were attacking a tribe. 5 tribes come to help defend them. Which is, he says he don't want the PvP to be massive this season. He wants it to be smaller, but a lot more fun, instead of just tribes bulldozing another tribe. And how does that rule work? You only have to take 2 tribes with you you and another tribe to raid, but the defending tribes allowed, say the whole server to join them to defend them against you and another tribe. Which happened to us. We wiped out one of the tribes that helped, which is one of the big tribes from the last seasons, which was Captain's tribe. The one Nick goes on about, acts like pirates, stuff like that. They rage quit the server afterwards. But I believe Captain wasn't around for that time. But another example of things that go on the server, really. For example, with my tribe this season, we were in open world PvP. We were down by a tribe called Arc Base, who recently tried raiding us a few days beforehand. It was a lot of fun. It was quite good. There was no saltiness between the 2 tribes. It was a lot of fun. So we went down to their base just to have a little bit of PvP with them and see what would happen. And Nick and Six flying along on their quets and an ankle from a metal run. My guys decided to go at him. As Nerd Parade does a lot, he goes around trolling people. you know, so it was a bit of a taste of his own medicine kind of thing. And we killed his Quetz and his Anki at the time. My whole tribe was kicked from the server by admins for doing that. I did go into an agreement with Nick before the season started about YouTube recording and streaming on his server. In that, he stated that you cannot do any raiding style PvP with Nick unless you contact him first. You know, so he can get a chance to record, you get a chance to record. It makes it more fair on both sides, which I totally agree on. But there was nowhere stated in that about open world PvP. And he agreed on this with me, you know, that he should have been more clear, and yeah, maybe he should have been. But for example, in his tech Rex trolling, they went to my old base, which we had left the server the day before anyway, but he hadn't known that, nor had the rest of Nerd Parade or anyone else. We had quit the server, but I'll get into that in a bit, that they were going to use their Rex to troll our base, which would break the agreement that me and Nick had made. You know, I was in the TS with admin and Six at the time in their recording room on their TS channel to try and resolve the matter when my tribe was kicked. But at the same time, they kicked us. They killed the Wyverns we were on, the Pterodon we were on, one of my tribe members were on. And when they let me back on the server temporarily, so I tried to talk to Nick in game chat originally, the Anki just dropped from the sky that apparently died by green orb. They're on herbivore. You know, so an admin had gone and got the carcass basically and just dropped it there for him so they could get everything back. Funny though, the server, when anything happens to Nerd Parade, the server goes down. Guaranteed every time someone attacks him, it goes down, and he guaranteed there's a rollback. He said last time, you know, he done that when KK Tribe and all that done it, you know, that band, Nerd Parade banned us for raiding on video. They were a very toxic tribe. They did threaten to wipe the server over and over again, but that's part of PvP. You know, tribes do try and do it. Nick always claims he's got unraidable bases, inverted commas, but they're not unraidable, his bases, you know, and he believes they are, so he doesn't like losing. You know, he says he encouraged people to come and raid him. No one will raid him because you got to take on another 2 or 3 tribes at the same time as well with just your ally, which is next to impossible, near enough really, and guaranteed to be kicked off the server by admins. But you know, there's a tribe, a Mithra, the one I was on about before, called Raccoon Squad originally. They had got warnings before for griefing, but they were on 2 strikes. Let's go over to discussions and just show you on here. See, Tribe KK banned for griefing. See, there was another one I was going to show you from Vaselina. There's another tribe I'll talk about in a bit, who have recently, well, what their leader has been banned, Garnet, from the server. But there was one here for Mithra for being on 2 strikes, griefing. They griefed the server since day 1. They've attacked multiple just stone bases, which Nick discourages against on his server, counted as griefing, blah blah blah. But other tribes that do that get straight away either warnings or some other punishment, like dinos get killed, or, you know, basically you get punished for it, or you get banned, or just kicked from the server temporarily. And Mithra have got away with it over and over again. I went into TS, spoke to one of the admins about it. He jumped to their defense. You know, I spoke to him. Manny's getting antagonized. That's no excuse. Just because he's getting antagonized by someone basically calling him a noob in chat or something like that doesn't mean go and raid their base. He's already raided them. So they're just, Manny's been abusive himself in chat, and so they've given it back to him. But that other person's in the wrong, not Manny. So, but they're a tribe who basically, same as Upendi, same as this is another tribe begins with R, who backed up a tribe that we were raiding, just come over, gave him loads of stuff, which is funny because I was talking to admin just before that. We were spectating the raids, and then he disappeared, and this other tribe came over with 2 war quetches, gave him a load of stuff, and then shot off, so they were able to keep pushing at us. You know, we didn't get wiped, we just left the server. Before anyone asks that, as a lot of people who were on the server who watch my videos will can verify we weren't wiped from the server. We just quit. But where was I? Yeah, basically, if you're not in that clique, you're not going to get anywhere. And these tribes literally hand feed Nick stuff. You know, oh Nick, here you are, have this. You have a high level Rex. No one on the server has seen Six or Nick tame a Rex. No one has seen Nick and Six tame half the stuff they got. You know, he goes from one day having literally nothing at his base to the next day having, say, 100 turrets, 200 turrets from nowhere. Because he's got these other two tribes working for him, which are like farming tribes to him, which is Upendi and the Mithra, constantly doing stuff for him, which is, in my eyes, the same rule why he kicked Giga and No for tribe swapping. The leader of Gigastormer tribe never ever entered the tribe of No in the picture they posted. He was basically went into their base biologists, they turned the turrets off for him to get in and logged off. In the screenshot that was posted by admins. And you know, they were removed from the server for that. It was just an excuse to get rid of them because they were becoming a very powerful tribe.
Threat has been detected.
Go away. And yeah, they were removed from the game just because they became too strong. Nick didn't want that as a super tribe or whatever coming along. They were a tribe that trolled him season 3 to prove to him Terror Bombing still worked, and then he tried passing it off as his own stuff in a video of how to Terror Bomb. They actually done it to him on his building. They proved the point. They were saying no, you can't do it, and they went and done it on him straight away. You know, the server on the outside looks like it's a really good server, and it is a lot of fun. But as I say, if you're not in that clique or hand feeding in Nerd Parade stuff every day, helping him farm and being basically the same tribe, which you're not allowed to do, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to be wiped by those other tribes that get away with murder. They'll keep attacking you in your little stone base. You know, Upendi don't do it, but Mithra do. They constantly attack these little tribes. You know, they can't basically. We called them out, our tribe, on multiple occasions for them to come and attack us because they kept threatening us. Dead little run at our base, if you want to say that. You know, and
threat has been detected.
Go away. And straight away, didn't want to. They got pushed back basically straight away. They didn't come back after that. They kept saying, see you tonight, see you tonight. Tribe stayed on ready for him. They never turned up. You know, the only tribes that did, Fertilizer Bandits, which was the tribe we were fighting on our last day on the server, which we arranged to do a PvP day with them the day after, for them to have a go at raiding us. But that just didn't go ahead, because our time zones as well just didn't sync. They were US, you know, what NA, we're EU. And I don't know if anyone's watched the video the Zerg attack on the island, where you see me, Panda, Jesus, Moses get attacked. Nick and Six make out in the video that they're being raided, or it's just a raid attempt. Don't believe that. It weren't a raid attempt. It was actually, before he started recording, he called out in the server, anyone want a sniper battle, come to Hiver Island. Panda joined my Discord from being in Nick's TS. Diak, why don't you come over? Nick's asking you to come over, you know, let's just do a bit of recording or something. So I went over. Weren't too happy when I seen it, that basically that he made out we were trying to raid him, made us look stupid, when I thought he would have said it was a bit of sniper battle, a bit of fun, but made us look stupid. And I guarantee that latest one with Elemental Fury was exactly the same. You know, just a pre-built thing. Oh yeah, and why I remember, as you can see, I've been permanently banned from posting on Nerd Parade's page. That's not because of anything really I done. And as such, when my tribe was kicked after killing his quets, I posted on there, how come we've all been kicked just for killing a quets? You know, I didn't know that was against the rules, blah, 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 blah. I spoke to him in TS, I said I'll take my comments down. Didn't get a chance. As soon as I come out, I was banned from posting permanently on the group page. So, But back to basically about raid videos. Well, raiding wise, Vaselina were basically banned yesterday for doing certain things yesterday in the game. Apparently combat login, you know, things like that. But Garnet, the leader of Vaselina, sent me these screenshots to prove that all three tribes, Amifra, Upendi and Nerd Parade, attacked. But what they done, as you can see here, they destroyed C4 charges. But the funny thing is, as you can basically see here, Amifra and Upendi both dropped turtles in Y offline. Y Garnet's tribe was offline, so when they logged in, C4 got blown up straight away. You know, which is against the rules. It's abusing it, apparently, according to Nick. You know, but Nick was involved in it, and basically they were more or less banned for, apparently, for offline logging, this tribe. You know, which is hard for EU players and things to be on for NA time zones, especially the times majority of these raid just doesn't work out unless they contact you ahead of time, especially, really. But you can see there's a picture there of Upendi's cargo that was dropped into the base. You know, again, it's not the right thing to do. Another cargo that's been dropped in. Sorry, I can't speak this. Sorry, so it's hard for me to understand it properly. Just he sent me the screenshots over so I could use them. This was when he logged in. What happened? As soon as they logged in, bang! Everything blew up. Amifra, Upendi, showing that they blew up the C4. Bamboo from Upendi. Nerd Parade is Nick. See, you know, this is all in the space of 1 day cycle in the game. Nick tried saying there were two different raids. They weren't. They were the same day, just 1 day cycle inside game. You know, and he posted this on the Steam group, as a lot of these tribes do. And they were constantly taken down by admin straight away. If you put up anything that it's aimed towards admin or anything like that, and you submit proof, admin take it down straight away. You try and speak to Nick about it. He says, I don't need proof. I don't need proof. I trust my admins. I believe what my admins say. Even though people have got proof that the admins are doing stuff. Like the admin on the server, one of the admins is Bamboo from Upendi tribe. Obviously you got Six, Nick, you know, the admins, and apparently they don't cheat. You know, they don't spawn anything in. Everyone on the server knows that's both basically bull. You know, we all know they spawn stuff in. Server goes down. You can bring the server up without it showing up, and you know, Nick owns the server. He can actually join the server just through his thing. You know, through his server page. You know, where he runs his server from, and spawn in what he wants. You know, for example, start the season with that raid, ban for raiding Nerd Parade. There was a weapon skin inside the box, in one of the boxes, that you can only get from the Manticore fight. And that was day 2 of the server. How do you explain that? How do you explain the amount of metal they all got? How do you explain the amount of organic polymer they got? How do you explain all the element they got? How do you explain how they're literally in full tech in the space of a couple of days? When tribes I know on the server have been doing it for like 2 weeks, and they're still not that far ahead, and they literally farm it non-stop because they're being silver spoon from their allies, and I say that loosely, tribe. And personally, I think it's about time people see Nerd Parade server for what it is. It's a joke. It's not PvP. It's stroke Nick's ego. Like, you know, when my tribe killed his quest, I was taken into TS, and I was basically shouted, not really shouted at as such, but basically bombarded by 3 people, you know. And you know, I heard Nick's YouTube this, Nick's YouTube that from Nick. You know, it's my, you know, you're ruining it for me, and things like that. You know, basically stroking his ego as such. He is a big channel, and I enjoy his content. I'm sure everyone else does, and I will still enjoy his content after this. You know, but go into Nerd Parade server with an open eye. Don't go in thinking that you're going to be doing well in that season, because it literally never happens. You know, you even touch Nerd Parade, you're going to be kicked from the server. You're going to be banned. You know, unless you give him the heads up, you're going to raid him. But don't do it at the start of the season. For God's sake, no, don't. Because you will be kicked like that. Tribe KK were kicked. I'd seen nothing wrong with that raid, you know, and a lot of other people didn't see anything wrong with that raid. Yeah, they raided a few other tribes along the way on the island, but hey, that's PvP. You know, I was on the island. They never touched my tribe. They never touched any tribe that I speak to. You know, they touched all tribes that were literally right on their parade's doorstep. So basically, they got hit along the way, which in my eyes is the same what I would do if I seen bases on the way onto my main target. I may attack them, you know, because they may have a few rockets in there. They may have some more C4 in it, which I could use to raid a much bigger base. But you know, I'm not saying hate on the guy or anything like that. He's a really nice guy. When I spoke to him after we sorted stuff out, really good conversation with him. He's a really nice guy. But he says he wants to be transparent as possible. Got admin logging in. You can turn that stuff off with a click of a switch. But basically, press tab, put in the command. He says he's not admin, hasn't got the start. You can hide that. You know, that's not transparent. You know, they've accidentally gone to show stuff before, and he's gone, oh, no, I can't show you in there. Basically, because 6 has told him not to show him in there because they got stuff in there they don't want you to see, and he does accidentally open it up sometimes, and you do see a lot of stuff in there that doesn't add up. As I say about the Rexes, he never tamed the Rex. He's on about his breed of Rexes. They're not his breed. He's either been donated them by Upendi or a Mithra or Rashiki or whatever they're called, because they're 316 Rexes, something like that, 315, 316. You know, my tribe and a few other tribes who are doing tech stuff were breeding our Rexes to get them higher, never got there. You know, but admin logging can be disabled. It's a simple command you put in, and it can be re-put back in as simple as it can, without really taking the server down. Because there's been times where the server went down for a restart, was up for 5 minutes, went down for another restart. You know, we were trying to catch it when he done that to see if admin logging was disabled. But sometimes you just never get on the server. Sometimes you kick straight away, or you get snapshot 16 crash when a Patreon's joining exactly the same time as you. You know, when the server's full, they take priority, which is only right. They pay for the exclusivity to be whitelisted. You know, which I agree with. You know, but it's not a PvP server like the way it makes out. It's not all what it seems. You know, there is a few things, as I say, from season 3 where a friend of mine, JK Gaming, as you might know his channel on YouTube. I'll link in the description if you haven't. Basically, he was in the base in the center last season, and spectator mode come on, and all of a sudden, a few minutes later, after admin left the server, apparently, Nerd Parade are raiding his base. And that was the same all the time. If Nerd Parade wanted to find your base, admin would go spectator mode to find you. Not saying Nick cheated with God modes or anything like that. I do not believe it, because I have seen him die. I've seen him die in game myself, you know. So I don't believe he used God mode cheats like that or anything like that. I believe he used spectator mode to help him find certain bases so he can make a video, make content on raiding that tribe. Which I understand that, because he wants to make content, and it's better for him to try and find stuff to make content. But all I'm saying is, as I said already before, is go in with an open mind. It's not as clear cut as it seems. There is admin abuse going on, whether Nick wants to admit it or not. His admins do abuse the server. They do go into people's bases and scout them out before they go and raid. You know, it happened to Vaselina. They were scouted by an admin. A few minutes later, Upendi attacked, which, funny enough, is the admin tribe. You know, even though they mostly say it isn't, it is the admin tribe, which is Bamboo and that. You know, and it's just coincidental that the raiding tribe that comes from raids them was Upendi, when admin were in their base scouting everything out inside their base, walking around inside it. You know, and the other thing is turret damage. Turret damage is set higher on that server. Even though I asked admin, they said it wasn't. I've tested it on other servers with the same dinos, same saddles. I've gone on my own server, spawned them in and stuff like that, and done it. And no, it hasn't been changed like they say it is. A Pterodon's like taking like 200 odd damage to 150 a shot. You know, it's getting rinsed. 20k health. Wyvern being killed straight away within a couple of seconds. We took 2 rock arms in on a raid, they were dead within seconds. You know, but apparently I've been told that turret damage is apparently down now, which is coincidental because Nerf Raid's starting to raid. You know, but go on the server, enjoy it. You know, enjoy Nick's content. It is good. You know, this wasn't having a go really towards Nick. I just believe he needs to be more transparent than he is. You know, and actually don't trust his admins as much as he says he does. And actually, when people post proof and show him proof, actually take it seriously. Don't just go, I trust my admins. You know, if there's proof there in front of you, don't watch call it. Oh yeah, one more thing about the turtles thing, sorry, from Vaselina. They were punished for that. But the punishment from a Mithra for doing it, they purposely put the turtles there with C4 not on it. They had apparently only their turtles killed as a punishment. That should have been their 3rd strike. They should have been banned for abusing things on the server, ORP and all that stuff, which states in the rules it will not be tolerated. And Upendi done it again. Admin tribe, no punishment towards him. Nerprade done it. Obviously, he ain't gonna punish himself for it. So that's what I mean, guys. Go into server and basically have fun. It is fun, as I say, but don't expect the server to be amazing or anything like that, because it's not. The lag is just absolutely horrendous on it. It's horrendous for even NA players. You know, you can barely raid in it sometimes. But unless you're in the clique, you know, with Nerf Parade, you know, don't expect an easy time on the server, and don't expect not to possibly kicked or banned in the future. I most probably good to assume I will be invited back for season 5, and to be honest, I don't think my tribe is going to join season 5 anyway, unless things obviously change and there's more transparency or he makes his own video. Basically, to answer back to some of these accusations, because I think they are valid. I think there is admin abuse going on, and I do believe Nerf Parade is spawning stuff in just to get himself an advantage over everyone. And if you do raid Nerf Parade, you basically get kicked for it. You know, as I say, we killed his quets, we were all kicked for it, and they were going to ban us until I spoken to him in TS. You know, but that was after I told him I was going to make a video on it. I was then invited into TS to discuss it. You know, adds up a little bit, you know. But I'll leave it down to you guys to think what you do about it. If you had an experience though on Nerf Parade 2 which you want to share, just put it in the description. And leave a like if you want to see more ARC videos in the future. I'm thinking about doing a Conan series very soon. Possibly a Rust one with psych reviews. Which I'll put his link in the description to his channel, so go ahead over and check out his stuff. It's pretty good, guys. Until next time, have a good one.